Hi everybody. It's our family week vacation and we are in Tennessee. We decided to, well, not decided really. We have a coach summit that's up here this weekend. If you guys don't know, we are Beachbody coaches and our annual summit is, has been in Nashville, Tennessee this year and last year. And so we got him up here early so that we could have some family time. And we got in about 11 o'clock last night. Yep. And now we are doing some touristy stuff. And because Pat has been wanting to go to the Jack Daniels Distillery, we are doing that today. So it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we are all in the minivan that we rented, which is nice and roomy. And we just got here. So we will see if we can take you guys into the distillery with us. And if not, we'll let you know how it goes. See you soon. Bye. Say hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Elise.
Oh, right here's where the thing is.
Wow, that was beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much for your kind
He won't turn on his hotspot.
Number 6. No lucky number 7 though.
Like 3. The luckiest numbers are 8 and 7.
On the bus.
Make Jack out of, or make food out of Jack Daniels. We've got the smallest Harley-Davidson dealership right here in the continental United States. We've also got, let's see, what kind of places we got. We got Southern Perks, that's our idea. Starbucks, y'all go in there and get you a $6 cup of coffee, all right? Now, I go to Nina's. They're closed right now, but you could get you some good fudge made out of Jack. Some other places carry it here in town. Stories, no heat, no air. We let Mother Nature take care of those barrels. Looks like 7 stories of heaven to me. 1 million gallons of Jack Daniels in there. 20,000 barrels, 53 gallons about a barrel. That's 1 million gallons. Now, if we were to start bottling that thing up, we'd have to write the federal government a check for $13.5 million. We pay $13.50 per gallon on every single gallon once it's bottled.
So, someone slipped and fell. See the knee, babe. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna die.
At least there's no blood, right?
No, there is.
Oh, there's blood.
Yeah,
Oh man, I almost joined you.
Brownish. Some people call it mud.
Let me see. Oh, yay. Congrats, baby girl.
She calls it blood. Some people call it mud.
the water.
What is this?
It's the
Sit
water.
on the rocks. They're clean. We get to sit on all day long. So
Oh, that feels good.
Good.
150 years ago, Jack came to this cave spring looking for cool, clear, iron-free water. Now this water runs 56 degrees year-round. Whether it's 100 degrees outside, which we got close to, I think, today, or whether it's 10 degrees outside, it runs 56 degrees. Now, he was looking for iron-free water because he knew that iron-free water allowed that beautiful amber glow. If your water has iron in it, it's a dull black, okay? After all that process for the whiskey. Jack was actually 7 years old when he learned to make whiskey. He was the youngest of 10 kids. His mother died shortly after he was born. So his dad remarried to have help with those 10, and guess what? His new wife had 3 more. So Jack said he'd had enough, and he went to live with their Lutheran minister, Reverend Dan Paul. So the Reverend was well known for his dynamic sermons that he preached, but he was also known for the whiskey that he made. So the ladies of the church got together, had what I guess we would call a come to Jesus meeting. Told him they didn't like the fact that he was preaching about the Holy Spirit on Sunday and making other spirits the rest of the week. He was going to have to make a choice. So thank goodness for us he did, and he chose to continue preaching. So he sold the still and his recipe to Jack for $25, sometime around the time Jack was 13 to 14 years old. Now Jack had been helping the nice Reverend make his whiskey since he was 7, so he knew what he was doing. Jack went out looking, there was a big storm came through, ruined a bunch of the stills in the county. Jack came through, found this spot, and it was where he set up. He eventually bought 142 acres where we are today for $2,100, and it's where we've been ever since, okay? So now when he was 16 years old, sitting up here making us whiskey, the revenuers came calling, told him he was going to have to move on. He said, no, no, no. He said, this is my property. This is my still. He said, I'm legal. I'm not a moonshiner. This is how I'm going to support my family in this community. They said, well, number one, he said, what do I have to do to stay? They said, number one, you got to start paying taxes. So it was said they counted up everything he had that day, and he was able to pay him $1,500 on the spot for all the whiskey that they found. 16 years old back in 1866. Quite impressive. So anyway, then they said, well, you're not registered with the government. He said, so register me. Come on, give me the paperwork. Oh, guess what? Our boys, they had, the federal revenuers had forgotten the paperwork. So by the time they got him the paperwork, got it back, got it all filled out, our federal registration number to this day is the number 1. We were the first distillery ever registered. You see, those revenuers weren't really in business of registering folks. They were moving folks along. Next county, next state, they didn't care where they went as long as they moved on. So because Jack stood here at 16 years old and stood up to him, we were the first distillery ever registered. And it's still on every bit of our paperwork to this day. Now, we know that number 7 would have been a better story, right? But historically, nobody knows where that came from. We know Jack was 7 years old when he learned to make his whiskey. We know that he was making 7 barrels a day. We know the rail car that took his whiskey to the World's Fair was the number 7. We also know by promissory notes that are in the office there, when he signed the signed the J on the top of his barrels, it looked like a 7. Okay, so it was said the Hermitage Hotel and the place was calling and say, send us some more of that old number 7, because that's what the J looked like. Now, there's also stories of 7 lost barrels. There are a number of barrels that were lost and they found them after 7 years, and that's when they discovered that the whiskey was perfect after 7 years. So anyway, historically, like I said, there's no proof, we don't know. There's a bunch of different stories out there, pick your favorite. Hear that? Right on cue. We're siphoning water out of this cave. There are 5 ingredients to Jack Daniels whiskey. There are no secrets here. Honestly, when we go in these processing buildings, it truly is for your safety that we can't have pictures. It's number 1 yellow corn, barley malt, rye, cave spring water, and yeast. We've been pulling water out of this cave for 150 years, millions of gallons, and it's never gone dry. All right? All right, y'all, come on, let's meet Jack.
Alright guys, we're gonna go into the still room and get to see how the whiskey's made, but there's no cameras allowed, so we'll see you soon.
Right here. On the back side of the still house, there was a door that said yeast room. Okay? We've had the same proprietary strain of yeast alive for 130 years. Now it doesn't mean that yeast is 130 years old. It means like your friendship bread, your sourdough bread. 130 years ago, somebody started a batch, and from that batch, they took their next, and from that one, they took their next. It's a direct descendant from yeast 130 years ago, right up there. So we're still. And most of them will send it right next door and bottle it up for you. 1 barrel, 1 bottle. 240 bottles.
No camera.
So this is a list of all of the people who had purchased a full barrel of Jack Daniels. You'll see it says Abraham Lincoln. Everett ended up purchasing it. Not a way to cut down on DUIs.